It's great to be a part of such celebrations where people are wanting to eat their favorite foods, and what better an opportunity where you can get to cook for people for such happy occasions. And if your food can make them even more happy,
Yeah.
man, I don't think so. I have anything more to ask from life.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Expertribe. I have today with me Chef Harsh.
I
I discovered him through an interview of Film Companion, and since then, I think for the past 3 years, I have been following him on Instagram, and I have been a big fan. Being a foodie myself, I just love how simple dishes he makes, and he makes them even nutritional and tasty. So he's the celebrity chef for Ranbir Kapoor. I have with him. Now we will be shooting some questions out to him to get to know how he balances the nutritional aspects as well as the foodie aspects. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Dipshika. Thank you for having me here.
Yeah. So Harsh, I have traveled to various parts of the world, and I would like to really ask you, being a foodie myself, that most of the celebrity foods, they're sometimes inspired from Indian food, or they are taken something from our cuisine. So what is so special about the Indian food?
Like if I understand you correctly, like we have to do different kinds of food. Though it's the kind of service that I'm in, and the kind of meals that I provide for my clients, it makes it easier for them to just pick up the call and be like, "Hey, I want to eat some Thai food today," or "Yeah, I want to eat Hindi aloo," because I'm feeling like eating Indian food. So the part of Indian food that is quite understood and misguided by all of us is that Indian food isn't healthy. Though I do understand that it is super rich and it's got lots of masalas and stuff. But if you understand what each dish has what flavor is provided to each dish and what are the ingredients that give it that flavor, and if you can try and make it in your in the guidelines provided to you as per every client's particular nutrition chart. Also, Indian food is very much how to say, it's a community affair wherein we all sit on the table. We have dal, chawal, roti, curries and sabji and salad and different kinds of things. And if the curry is good, you eat an extra serving of rice or you have an extra roti. So that is where the whole part of what I do comes into play, wherein we understand food and nutrition from the very ground value of it, and try and inculcate that into everyday cooking. It's all about portion control. You can eat a rasgulla every day, but it's also important to understand that one rasgulla will have 100 calories. And if in a day you're eating 2000 calories, you're getting 100 calories from this, but it's not a healthier calorie alternative. A healthier alternative would be eating a fruit or eating some vegetables and filling your stomach instead of eating that. So once you have that math in place, I think it's very much easy to follow any diet plan or any nutrition plan. Yeah. I hope that answers your question. I'm
Yes.
sorry if I went a little off. Yeah.
No, I think it's a pretty interesting insight कि आप रोज एक रसगुल्ला भी खा सकते हो.
Exactly. If you eat 10, then it's a problem. And then it's not a problem, but then you'll gain weight and yeah, stuff like that. So you have to understand all the functions of every food group. And based on that, you can tailor make your food. Uh, if to give you an example of rasgulla has sugars. It also has milk products. If you're lactose intolerant, you can't have a rasgulla. If you're diabetic, you should be avoiding a rasgulla. It's also the quantity of the ingredient that you have added to make the rasgulla, amount of sugar that you add, amount of milk that you add, and the whole process and the techniques involved into coming to the final product. So it's very important to understand all these things, and based on once you have that understanding, then you move around your diet and move around your cooking techniques to adhere to that specific diet plan. Yeah.
Hmm. But
I'm so surprised that we are talking about rasgulla and diet plan in the same conversation.
I think foodies can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so taking this discussion now, I would like to know what has been your journey been like? What all celebrities have you worked with?
So I started my I've completed my graduation from IHM Goa.
Okay.
I was in Goa for 4 years. I'm born and raised in Mumbai. I've always loved to be around food as a kid as well. My grandmother and my mother are my biggest inspirations, and I mean they've fed me all my life. That's how this whole wanting to work in the space of food has come to me. And I was pretty clear at an early age also as to what I want to do with my life and how I want to pursue it. After which, once I've graduated from college, I got back to Bombay and I joined this restaurant, Yavacha, which is in BKC. I was a part of the pre-opening team. It is a international. It's a London-based brand that's been. I mean, it's got a three. It's got a one Michelin star in London, and it was franchised out here in Bombay. And
Mhm.
I was a part of the pre-opening team for Mumbai, and then we went on to open Bangalore and New Delhi. Uh, with that company and with that restaurant, I worked with them for 3 years. I had the opportunity to work and open three outlets for them, which had those high standards of a Michelin star brand. So that was a great learning experience for me. Post which I decided to quit that restaurant and start something of my own. It was a catering service wherein we would cater to everyday meals, but it was the first of its kind meal prep service wherein we would cater food to you based on your macronutrition plan. When I say macronutrition, I mean proteins, carbs, fats, and the amount of calories that you consume in a particular day. Also, a very personalized diet wherein our clients would come and tell us that, yeah, I can't eat palak and I don't eat meat or I don't eat eggs. And we would take that into consideration and then curate a specialized menu for them. And all your meals are tailor made and delivered to you to your doorstep. So it is a convenience product wherein you are adding that kind of value to the food that you're doing and sharing it. I mean, supplying to people. And that is a time where we met. I mean, we had a lot of our clientele who was from the film fraternity, from the Bollywood film fraternity. Since we are in Bombay and the whole movie industry is here, um, I remember my first conversation with a Bollywood actor was with Ranveer Singh, then Sidharth Malhotra, then Alia Bhatt, Ranbir Kapoor to Jacqueline, Shraddha, Aditya, Katrina, and even Rakhi Samant for that matter. And I mean, people who are into the entertainment business and who look at, I mean, who have to look in a certain way and who are that dedicated about their fitness. And yeah, I got the opportunity to work with a lot of them. So that was a big breakthrough for us. And for after that, I that business went well. I had a good run. We were four partners who started this off from a home kitchen. We whatever it was a bootstrap business, so whatever money we earned, we invested it back into the business. Got a big commercial kitchen space. Ran it from there for a while, and um, the lesson I learned there was that in the entire 4 years that we ran that business, we sort of had a difference in vision as to how we are going to foresee this business and how we're going to take it in the future. So that's the reason that we had to shut shop and we didn't really work well, and we realized that okay, having four different visions is gonna ruin the integrity of this and the value of this business. So
Hmm.
we decided to shut shop and shut the brand and move ahead. Uh, and ever since I've been freelancing.
Hmm.
It's been 3 years I've been freelancing. I happen to, I have always worked in India and only studied in India. So there was a time that I decided that probably I'll get out of the country and, or maybe work in a restaurant again, since the restaurant industry right now is also, uh, it's a great time to basically be working in this industry in India at this moment. It's booming. It's so I probably just like after I got out of there, it was obviously like a heartbreak or a breakup. Uh, so a little disheartened and little low in life, and I decided, okay, fine, I'll probably just get back into the kitchen or work in a restaurant or figure something out in life or maybe go out somewhere. And that time I happened to get a call from one of my old clients, which was Mr. Ranbir Kapoor, and he happened to ask me that if I was free and would like to meet him. And when I met him, he said that he can't do this outside takeaway meal prep service anymore, and he wanted a chef who can come home and cook this for him based on his diet plan and stuff. And he also mentioned that there'll be some amount of travel that'll be involved, since he'll be shooting
Hmm.
in different cities, in different locations, and he would not want to, take a break from his diet
Hmm.
and make sure that he eats healthy, because it's work related. And plus, for the kind of role that he was playing in that particular movie, he had such. I mean, he had to maintain a strict dietary and workout regime along with his everyday work. It may be an action sequence or a song or whatever he was doing, and that really struck a chord in my mind. And I'm like, okay, this sounds great, it's exciting, something that I wouldn't mind trying it out. And here I am 3 years into it, and I'm quite happy in what I'm doing. And I technically have been working from home for the past 3 years, so uh, due to this whole COVID scenario, it's not really a much of a change of a scene.
Hmm.
But once I started doing that, I realized that there is a lot of potential that I could do and use my time while I'm freelancing as well.
Hmm.
So I even started doing private dinners and stuff, wherein I would come to your house and cater to you, wherein we do like a 5 course meal. We curate a special menu design for your as per your liking,
Hmm.
and you could be celebrating an occasion. I've done some anniversaries and birthdays, and someone asking someone for marriage and stuff like that. So it's great to be a part of such moments. It's great to be a part of such celebrations where people are wanting to eat their favorite foods. And what better an opportunity where you can get to cook for people for such happy occasions. And if your food can make them even more happy,
Yeah.
man, I mean, I don't think so. I have anything more to ask from life.
Yeah, I feel that chefs were not given their due credit in life, which they are given now. Food is the thing that makes us happy. They should have been given awards way back.
You know, yeah. I mean, it is become glamorous now, and oh
Yeah.
my god, the kind of awards that there are there for chefs and
Hmm.
restaurants and stuff. Though I still would like to believe that and even though people consider chefs as artists now, and there are some chefs who do some incredible plating that will look like edible art, and you don't even want to touch the plate, and it's so intricately done. Um, I still feel there is so much more than that. You have the power to strike someone's nostalgia and touch
Hmm.
someone's memory in a different way by creating that same thing. And it's a great blessing to be doing this, I would say. Yeah.
So I would like to ask you that when you're working for, say, Ranbir Kapoor, what is your day like?
It's so, since it's a very personalized service. It's
Hmm.
I mean, I call it as a private chef service. It is that. So your day pretty much revolves around the day of what Ranbir, his work day or his idle day at home would be. I would be there ideally an hour or half an hour earlier from the time he wakes up and prepare his breakfast. And then so on and so forth, his meals of the day, understanding what and where he's going to be. Sometimes you're traveling, so you take your meals. I mean, if you're going to work, just like all of us, we pack our dabba and send it to work for him. Or if he's at home, then he eats it fresh. And yeah, it's exactly like a restaurant, but inside your house, adhering to your dietary guidelines, and sometimes fun foods and cheat days. Yeah. If I have to summarize what I do and how it works, yeah.
Okay. So
Wow, that is so much information. इतना कुछ जाता है अगर आप एक सेलिब्रिटी शेफ हो, इतना कुछ का ध्यान रखना पड़ता है. न्यूट्रिशनल रिक्वायरमेंट्स, मैक्रोन्यूट्रिएंट्स, टाइमिंग, इतना कुछ का ध्यान रखना पड़ता है. अगर आपको ये वीडियो पसंद आया, कमेंट्स में डालो कि आप और क्या क्या वीडियोस चाहते हो, आप इनसे और क्या जानना चाहते हो. We can do a part 2 with Chef Harsh Dixit. So stay tuned to Expertribe.